Surgeon America here, boom, here with another trade review. And sometimes you hear a lot about a comic and things are just too good to be true. Well, not with this one. Black Science was amazing. I'm definitely thankful for Oddfellow Thoughts and everybody else on the comic book roundtable who recommended this one to me. I ended up picking it up in trade. I grabbed this as one of my Vegas buys from Velvet Underground. It was a wonderful book, and I'm not generally very big on sci-fi, but as I mentioned previously on Prophet, this one definitely had everything that you can imagine and more. Uh, I had heard several times through the reviews on Comic Book Roundtable. I was gathering just smidgens because I wasn't following it, but it has a very solid storyline of a family, a scientist who is trying to keep his kids safe with this machine that travels through what he calls the onion, which is multiple dimensional layers. And as you peel one outer shell away, you have another and another, much like an onion. So they are traveling through this multi-dimensional space, traveling to basically all these different worlds. There is alternate versions of Earth or other places, I would presume, but it seems to be of Earth. And with these other places, there are other beings, crazy wild creatures. It definitely incorporated everything that I enjoyed from Sliders when I watched that to Stargate to Farscape. All these things were just wonderfully done in here. It was smartly written. I'm not sure if smartly was the right word I should use there, but Rick Remender did an excellent job with the story, and Matteo Scalera, his art is phenomenal. It is a very sharp, striking artwork. I'll just see if I can't put a little bit of this onto here as we always watch me fumble with how to line that up. I enjoyed it, and I ate it up. I ate it probably, you know, I'm trying to think, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes to read. I mean, I just dove in and I didn't stop till the book was over. It was an excellent story. Like I said, there's others involved besides his family, and it's all about their interactions, and it's all about I shouldn't cover that up, all about the personal interactions, the sci-fi high tension element of a machine and how it works, of interacting with different races, of interacting with different places. You know, too often because I don't think a writer has the full idea on how a universe works or how he's going to incorporate everything. I think that's what usually makes me skeptical about getting into a sci-fi book. But Remender definitely had it, or it felt like he had it all thought out. Like there is a solid story going in, and especially it's tough for me because I like to know that there's going to be an ending. That I know that this is all going to get wrapped up. It, who knows how long this is going to go on for. It is a wonderful Image comic. I gotta think that the sales are there. It's going to keep pumping out. In fact, because this is trade one, I luckily found in my library trade two. That's what made it tough to figure out how much or how long I read it, because as soon as I got done with that one, I dug into this one. And I can imagine that if you get it issue by issue, month by month, you're on the edge of your seat because there is a lot of excitement, a lot of cliffhangers. Um, people that you read about will die. It's very Game of Thrones in that way, but there is always new characters being brought in. There is new worlds to explore, and even some old characters come back. And it's one of those things in comic books we see so often. So, but Rick Remender doesn't make it feel cliche. I definitely, like I said, uh, in trade, you just eat it up. You eat it up like it's a box of free chocolates. And I had to say that waiting month to month would be very difficult. Trying to remember who people are, and I think I've heard on the Comic Book Roundtable that's the one thing they're trying to remember what happened last issue and who everybody is. Uh, but otherwise, I mean, the artwork makes everybody stand out. Everybody's very unique, and the there is sometimes where even reading as quickly as I did, I forgot little things about who they brought in because it came once again almost out of nowhere, and I think that was what made it so great. I mean, it has definite pops, it has definite pulls where a jump of excitement comes in, and then something dramatic happens that just pulls you down back into the story deep. And so, Black Science is definitely a must read. I guess I don't want to overhype. I think that's the one thing we always are afraid that we do to other people. But I have to say, everything I've heard about Black Science has held true. I will back that also, and I definitely think it's worth a read if it's not on your pull list. Um, get it in trade, and I think that once you read that first trade, you will want to find that second trade. Like I said, I was lucky to find the second in my library. I'm hoping to be able to purchase on Free Comic Book Day. I'm going to search my shop and see if they don't have it. And once again, thank you to everybody in Comic Book Roundtable for talking about this series. It kept me peaked, so as soon as I saw it, I looked through it a little bit. I liked the artwork. I already knew pretty much the storyline would be solid. Thank you. Thank you to the community. Catchphrase.